It's quiet, but it's definitely there now. Alright, tell me when it becomes legible. Legible? You're not reading it. Hearable. Hello, everyone. For those that missed the update video, let me very quickly explain what you're about to watch. In the interest of freeing up more time to make improving videos, I decided to change the Peasant's Perspective series from regular edited videos to a livestream format, with the highlight reel posted to YouTube. This is that highlight reel. It's a little rough around the edges, my narration isn't as strong speaking live, and I started to run out of steam partway through. So there's a few segments I had to cut out because I didn't feel like I did the ideas justice. But overall I'm content with this, so let's do this. So, welcome to what Peasant's Perspective is going to be for the foreseeable future. I have no idea how this is going to go, so this'll be interesting. But for now, let's start. For our first idea today, I want y'all to take a look at this. Now, what do you think about when you see this? It's a plastic bag, obviously. Hopefully you think of littering, because that's not good. But our friend at Josh V Games thinks something different. Josh V Games thinks protagonist. So in the game, you are a plastic bag with a few items in it that gets blown away from your owner by the wind. And it magically ends up in front of a tree. It has pity on the bag and brings it to life. The first thought that the bag has is that it needs to get back to its owner. So the bag tries to move, but a bag has no legs, so it can't. The tree has an idea. It gives the bag the power of wind. After the bag realizes he has lost all the stuff that was in it, he goes on a quest to get the things. So, now I know that sounds weird, because it is, but this sounds to me like a delightful little physics puzzle game. Hold up. Technical difficulties, I didn't plan for this! Ah! So I'm picturing something like this game, just a really wacky, random game, where he just plays a plastic bag, going around a neighborhood, just grabbing stuff. Our next idea comes from Augie, with an idea for Zoroark. Side B, Illusion. When you side B in either direction, a clone of Zoroark will appear on stage, going the opposite direction they are at the time. The direction that the original will go in is the direction that you side B in. This new Zoroark moves in the opposite way that the original one moved. And if the original Zoroark changes direction, jumps, doesn't attack, etc., the new Zoroark will as well. This Zoroark is unable to deal damage and will disappear when hit. This sounds awesome to me. So imagine you've got Zoroark on the stage right now. Use the side B, you have just a bit of a poof effect. Poof. And all of a sudden, you've got another Zoroark right here. This is where you actually are, but this is where the illusion is. Your opponent wouldn't be able to see that, hey, you're right here. So they say you got Chrom right here. He tries to smack this Zoroark in the face, completely misses it, because obviously it's not there. Then the real one can rush up and punch him for it. And the point of this is that you wouldn't know for sure where the Zoroark is. Just all sorts of mind games that you could do, which would be so much fun. Sounds similar to... So we're gonna send it over to the chat for a bit. Do any of you guys have any cool ideas, like either in YouTube comments or on the Discord, or just that you want to post in the chat directly, that you want us all to talk about? Smash Ultimate Unlocks. Though Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is an undeniably fantastic game, I've always felt that the method to unlock characters, and lack of unlockable stages, sort of removed the magic from prior titles such as Melee and Brawl. Therefore, I decided it'd be interesting to try and design unlock methods for each character and plenty of stages in order to add a sense of satisfaction and goal setting for those playing through the game. Team Battle 5 times, Classic Mode is Link. Receive 10,000% damage across all battles. Play as Pit on Wii Fit Studio, because it's a mirror. So that obviously unlocks Dark Pit, why wouldn't it? Greninja, drown as Sheik, once. Shulk, you saved That's clever, I like that, that's clever. Unlock Lucas by losing 2 teammates! That's terrible, but I love it! This is for an Akechi Echo Fighter of Joker. So neutral special, suppress pistol, suppress special. Hey! Deals more damage, hits... Oh, great. Hold on, we gotta... I'm gonna snip this so that if the chat moves... Well, so hello, Skyno. Kogan? Kogeon? Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Deals small medium damage to enemies' hits. When impacting the floor or enemy, a small puddle of bless lingers for 0.7 seconds, damaging anyone inside. Deals small knockback, so instead of the poison of Iha, it leaves a little area that deals damage over time. So it's still damage over time, but in a different way. A Nintendo logo. As a character, because why not? Side special, trace a path with the GameCube logo and the square appears at the end. Oh, dude, that'd be so fun! Final Smash, the NES logo just starts bloating till the majority of the screen is just red. That sounds legitimately terrifying, but I love it. This was submitted by a fellow named Ramen Soda. They want to talk about Ness. It doesn't take a scientist to realize that almost everyone who knows Ness knows him from Smash Brothers. Even though most of them know he's from Earthbound, him yelling PK Fire is the first thing that comes to mind. My issue with this is that when I play as Ness in Smash, I don't feel like I'm playing as Ness from Earthbound. Ness in Smash is a quick, floaty, overwhelming annoyance, who uses moves he doesn't even know. Ness in Earthbound is a tank, whose psi revolves around healing and status effects. He hits hard and can take a fair share of hits, and messes with his opponent's abilities to fight. Ness should be less floaty. He's Earth. Smash seems to create this odd canon where Ness uses his fist to rough up opponents, when that's really not the case. Ness should always be holding his bat, and use it in his normals as he does in Earthbound. This is absolutely true. I feel like the moves that Ness has right now were created by partially the limitations of the franchise, like he was added in Smash 64. And he's also meant to be more of a representative of his franchise and games as a whole, rather than who Ness is, which I think is fine for things like Duck Hunt and Mr. Game & Watch, but for an RPG game like Ness, like Earthbound, the game is Earthbound, the character is Ness, with characters like Ness that have specific abilities tied to their characters, I feel like it's important to give those characters, like, what they're known for. Next up, we have an idea from Daixo, talking about Andy from Advanced Wars. Andy's not supposed to be a character that can fight well on his own, because what Andy does is that he constructs other Advanced Wars fighters to do his fighting for him. So for example, his up tilt, he creates an anti-air vehicle at his feet, shooting upwards at a 45-degree angle with its cannons. So once you construct that, it just fires on its own, and you're free to do whatever you want to while it's doing that. His passive is unit management. Many of Andy's moves summon different vehicles to attack for him. Each of these vehicles have 10 HP, and every half second after being constructed, they will move and attack again. Andy has a maximum limit of 5 total units that can be out on the field, and constructing a new unit will destroy the oldest units. Imagine the pure, unadulterated chaos this would result in. This could be so much fun. Because the thing is, if you let him do what he wants to, it's okay for that to be overpowered. Like Samus is overpowered if you let her just stand on the side and fire charge shots without going up to her. So this is legit one of my favorite ideas I've ever found. This comment comes to us from Epic Gamer Saurus, talking about Shadow the Hedgehog 2. I didn't realize that this chat box was covering up so much of the screen. There we go. Alright, let me start that again. So I know what you're thinking. Shadow the Hedgehog 2, who cares about that? But what if Shadow the Hedgehog 2 was a Metroidvania? Just think about a Metroid game with Sonic level design. Just think about that for a second. Like, if you get the Sonic Mania developers to make a Metroidvania, that is what this game would be. So let's go ahead and grab our final idea from someone that you might know. We got an idea from Pizza Dude Man Guy. Mario games have been in many genres, and I loved trying each one growing up. But what about a full-blown Mario strategy game? Something like Advanced Wars or Fire Emblem. The story centers around the 7-star children: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Wario, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. Each are collaborating as commanders of their own army. Some fight against each other, but ultimately, they're working to take down bigger threats, like new villains or armies based on returning villains, like Wart, Smithy, Dementio, or Cacaletta. Fitting with the number 7 theme, each commander's army consists of 7 generals, who each lead squadrons of 7 soldiers. Soldiers only have basic attacks, while generals have special abilities, such as unique attacks and buffs for their squads. Commanders have lots of battle options, including star power abilities that can be used sparingly. A full-on, like, Fire Emblem or Advanced Wars style game, this could be so much fun. It's almost a faction war between the various Mario spin-offs, the way this is set up. Which spin-off is the best? It is time to find out. So this could be greatly expanded in so many different directions to allow for that kind of level of a crossover to finally happen. Thank you so much for everybody that joined me. Let me know in the suggestions and feedback Discord channel, like any thoughts or concerns or just how I can make this better. Because like this is very much going to be a very roughshod kind of few episodes before we get into a groove of how this is going to function. I'm totally fine with changing anything about this. But for now, this was fun, and I will see you whenever I upload or make a stream or finish these highlights. I don't know. We'll see what comes first. Alright. Bye, guys.